more, so I left the matrix.
And my money just tripled. I had a good time and it cost me a little. So I found peace, tranquility, faith in my abilities.
I couldn't fake no more, so I left the matrix.
One of the coolest things I've learned here is that people here, man, people here generally are really good people. And I know that people, when foreigners come here, I guess they will definitely get the feeling that people are gravitated to them because they want to take advantage of them. They want to take their money, or they're trying to get a piece of, whatever. They're trying to get some money from you, right? And you definitely have that. But there's a lot of people who are good-hearted people, that are hardworking people, that, man, they just want to enjoy themselves and live life, and they ain't trying to like take nothing from nobody. And that's one of the coolest things I've learned here. And one of my favorite experiences. I've got a lot of really good experiences I can talk about. And man, I'm gonna be on this live for a long time. So it is what it is. One of my favorite experiences here is actually talking to people. And I probably talk to people like Dominicans, like strangers, that more so in an Uber. When I'm in an Uber or using Uber and InDriver. And man, these folks, man, who are a wide variety of folks. Some folks there, they just started driving, or they was living in the United States or another country, and they came back or doing this, or some folks who are retired when they're doing this on the side, or got another job and doing this on the side. And I really enjoy that experience, just talking to folks and learning about folks. They have a lot of jewels to offer about the country, about their experiences and stuff like that. And more recently, I've seen more female Uber drivers and female female drivers using InDriver, which is something I haven't experienced during my time here up until recently. Not that I have more female drivers than male drivers, but definitely have a lot more female drivers than I've ever seen. But no, this experience here in Dominican Republic has been amazing. It's definitely been amazing. One other thing is picking up the Dominican language. I'm not going to say Spanish. The Dominican language is definitely. I've definitely come a long way. It's one thing when you live in the States, and me, being a huge fan of urban, la música urbana, el reggaeton, y bachata, y cosas así. I've understood a lot of Dominican words. So if someone would say, dame esa vaina, I know, oh yeah, that's a Dominican, because only Dominicans speak like that, like vaina. Only Dominicans use that term. You don't hear Puerto Ricans speaking like that because Puerto Ricans don't use that term. You don't hear Mexicans speaking like that because Mexicans don't use that term. So this stuff like that, I knew like Dominican words. But coming here, you learn so much more. So it was good to have that experience from me living in the States. I knew that certain stuff, but being here, I just learned so much more. And you just learn Dominican language, and the rhythm of how they speak, and the way they speak, and how they speak fast. How people in the capital city, they tend to not pronounce the R. They tend to change the R to an L. So they'll say something like, la esquela, toma la esquela. No, doble la esquela. They don't pronounce the R. The R becomes an L. And then when you go out to the east side, where they have like Bauro, Puntacana, y way por ahí, over there, they actually the R becomes an E. The R becomes an E. And then when you go up north the way you have like Puerto Plata, Santiago, the R is silent. So there's a silent R. And then when you go out to what they call the South, or what I would call the West, right, where you have like San Juan, Barahona over there, Asua, they tend to roll that, or they stress the R, right? They do the R, all that when it's not necessary. They stress the R. So even in DR, I've learned how like the different Dominicans speak. So I'm not as good as some Dominicans. Most Dominicans are, where they're able to like say, hey, they're Cibao, which is the north, or they're from the south, El Sur, the south, which is like San Juan, Asua, Barahona over there. I'm not as good as some of those Dominicans, but I've definitely picked up on the R. So if I hear the R, I'll be like, all right, this person's from Cibao, or this person's from the east, or this person is from the south, or this person from Santo Domingo. So that's one cool thing I've learned, which, it took about 2 years for me to get that, but I picked up on it. Another thing too is you'll find here is even right now, I cannot tell the difference between if a person not by. It's sort of like the U.S. In the U.S., you can never tell the difference if a person is a foreigner in the U.S. or if a person is like born in the U.S. Like you don't know, you really don't know. The same as here, you don't know until someone speaks or until someone tells you, right? So I'm gonna be honest, I can't tell the difference between Haitians and Dominicans. Can't until a Haitian speaks, and they speak with that strong French Creole undertone. Then I'll be able to say, oh, okay, that person Haitian. But apart from that, I don't know. A lot of Haitians dress like a lot of Dominicans. And when the Venezuelans and the Colombians come here, they dress like a lot of Dominicans. So it's really difficult to know who is who until they speak. So don't make those assumptions. A lot of Dominicans make assumptions. I realize that. And a lot of foreigners too. Like you can't make those assumptions. Just like when you're in the U.S., you can't make those assumptions. You can't say that, hey, this person is this or that, because you really just don't know. You really don't know. You can't just look at color, or you can't look at you can probably look at like their style or the way they wear their clothes and stuff like that, but even that is difficult, right? So that's one thing I've learned.